Hello, hello, hello. What ho! Welcome back to another exciting adventure of the Plain Truth. I'm your host, Travel Mateus. Continuing to consider the measurement of time, I'm just going to kind of wax a little bit eloquent here to paint you the abstract way of thinking about time if we didn't have a construct called a calendar that we understand starts in January and ends in December. If that didn't exist, then we would just roll through day after day after day after day. So then how would we know that we were anywhere in a particular orientation of time? It would be a combination of both the lunar and zodiacal or seasonal mechanism of the universe. So we've only been talking about the sun and the moon right now, but we also have to consider the zodiac, which carries the constellations, of which there are 12. So now we have a number for another measurement of time. How long does that 12 last? How many days does that 12 last? The moon moves through the zodiac in a different rate, at a different rate than the sun. So all of these things combining together are a part of the observations that I'm trying to encourage you to maybe take under your belt for the first time. Start to watch the sky. And realize that the sky was the Netflix and the Hulu and the the simulation matrix of stories and myths and fables. But I think that the natural observations that we need to start making are going to show us a different story than we've been raised to believe in. So going back to the pattern of the zodiac, the zodiac rolls through the sky. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. And through the zodiac, we have different expressions of seasons: spring, summer, autumn, winter. And in each of those seasons are certain zodiacal signs. So that Orion passes through the sky about 3/4 of the time, or 2/3 of the time. And then 1/3 of the time it can't be seen, because at that point in the sky, Solaris is moving through Orion. And therefore, Orion is in the daytime sky. Okay? And that happens throughout the year in a particular season. In a particular range of seasons, because you have 9 months where Orion is visible. So those 9 months cross through different seasons. All right, anyway. I'm going to pick up at the lower text, starting with in the new moon phase. In the new moon phase, nature gives the scientist a natural division within Luna's cycle, an ending and a beginning. So let the zetetic, one who searches out, begin at the beginning, day one, so to speak. But remember, the matrix fundamentally is being built upon observation, and the observation has no month yet. So all one has is day one. As we noted with the final waning phase, which began at the dawning of the day 3 days prior, so too now the initial waxing phase initializes at the end of the 3rd day, the twilight of dusk. Now, it is to be understood that Luna's singular cycle is divided by equal and reciprocal daily waxing and waning phases. To elaborate, Just as the final waning crescent initiated the day 3 days prior, the initial waxing crescent phase finalizes the third day. So, day 1 of the new moon cycle is the first day of the month every month. Every month has an initial day and a terminal day. The question is now, how many phases lie between? Each day of the month has its own phase, and each waxing phase is the inverted opposite for the waning phase. Or is it the other way around? Let this be reiterated. Each phase has its opposite phase. What this means is that the month must needs be divided equally. Look at the modern calendar and check to see if each month is divided equally. Each is not, as some have 31 or 28 or 29 days. This is not natural. What then does Luna show the student of nature? The pattern Luna shows is this. There are 28 days of visibility, with the ambiguity of the 3 days and 2 nights of invisibility between the final and initial phases. That is, from day 1's waxing crescent follows 7 days until the moon is 1/4 the way through her cycle. This is called the waxing quarter moon. What this means is there will also be an opposite quarter moon waning phase. Nevertheless, following the waxing quarter, 7 days later, is the fully illuminated Queen Luna. The mathematics of nature show the zetetic that the visible phases are marked by a series of sevens, 4 to be exact, and 4 times 7 is 28. Or is it 7 times 4? But one must remember that Luna's cycle is divided equally and reciprocally. That is, just as Luna has a luminous plenar, or fullness of light, fully lit moon lasting 3 days, so too will she have an equal and opposite period of invisibility, and this tenebras planor, or fully absent light, totally obscured moon, lasts 3 days. To sum up then, let it be reiterated that Luna has one cycle evenly divided by a waxing and waning phase, each displaying its own divisor, the quarter moon. These sections of time total out as 28, 7 times 4. And lying within and between the final waning phase and waxing phase, there are to be included an overlap of 3 days and 2 nights, totaling a 30-day month. Again, if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for listening. I have been your host, Trav-EL Mateus. Before you leave, please make sure that you have subscribed, hit that bell notification, smash that Fonzarelli, hit that like button. Please leave me a comment. Oh, you won't be able to because this is a children's video. Please contact me if you have any contribution to make, or maybe find another way of letting me know what you think about this content. Yes, I have been your host. Until next time.